We try to bring you high-quality educational and informational content every single day. Why do you think the price is having such an anemic time? The news story of the hour. Jump onto the chart. Is this the beginning of a massive financial unraveling? We've got to add a little addendum to the show map today. So we start here on the daily. Now, we've been looking at the RSI on Bitcoin's daily chart for the last several days. They always have been, but it's been increasing over the last 50 years since the government has been bigger. Hey guys, what's going on? Jebb here, and welcome back to Coffee and Crypto Live. This is your week daily morning show where we bring you the latest in everything Bitcoin and cryptocurrency. And in today's video, we are going to be talking about the continued drop on Bitcoin that began a little over a month ago, where Bitcoin rallied all the way up to $31,000. It's been correcting ever since. Right now, it's trading at $26,600. We're going to take a close look at the price action charts of Bitcoin and analyze why I believe that another drop is coming, and coming soon, down to a critical level of support around $25,236. And if Bitcoin does drop down there, then we're also going to have to figure out, well, what is it that we now do with this information? Do we go long on Bitcoin when we reach that level? Should we go into a short trade right now in anticipation of the rest of that drop? How exactly do we implement what we are seeing in our technical analysis, not only just so that we understand where the market's going for kicks and giggles, but also so that we can make trades and profitable investments? We're going to talk about the trading and the investment side of things today on Coffee and Crypto Live. I'm very excited to bring you today's episode. Just one quick announcement. We will be wrapping out 15 minutes early. We're going to wrap out at 10:30 today. Reason being, we've got 2 doctor's appointments back to back, and both of them were not able to be rescheduled, and both of them are in the middle of the day. So we are going to go ahead and wrap out a little bit early, and we're going to go to those. Do appreciate your flexibility on that, but guys, it's a good day for me to have to cut Coffee and Crypto a little bit short because we actually have our Wednesday Climate of Crypto video coming out, and this one is one that you're not going to want to miss at all. I just set it to premiere. I like to set it to premiere right around the time that we're going live here on YouTube, and I'll go ahead and show you that right now over on the Crypto Jebb YouTube channel. And guys, there's a really exciting announcement in the video today that you're not going to want to miss, so make sure that you go and click on this video right here. 5 reasons why Bitcoin will moonshot on this day. You heard me right. Bitcoin's heading back to all-time high, and I think I know when that's going to occur. Make sure to go ahead and hit this premiere right over here and join me and everybody else in watching the premiere of this video, because when we have watched that video, I think we'll have a better understanding of where Bitcoin's going right around the time frame that we're talking about in that video and why it's going to be going there. There's a very special announcement at the end of that video that you're not going to want to miss. I'm really stoked about it. I think it's going to be great for community building. I think it's going to be great for you guys. I think it's going to be something fun that we can all do together. I think it's going to be a way that we can all work together to grow the channel and reap the rewards from growing the channel. So I'm not going to tell you what it is in this stream because I want you to go watch the video. But I'm really excited for what I announced in that video at the end. So go watch it. Watch it until the end. You're going to be glad you did. Guys, there's money that you can make because you watched that video to the end. I'm dead serious. Like, go watch the video. You have a chance of making some money. All right. Stephen Young here in chat said, Stefan is my name. Is it Stefan or is it Stephen? I know those are 2 different ways to pronounce those, that name. Rockin' Metal News in chat said, hello, Jebb. Good morning, all. Sean O'Brien. I'm sorry. I'm just messing with you. Rockin' Metal News. You got to type so fast to be first or second, so I understand the typo. Sean O'Brien said, go on, Jebb. Why, thank you. Mike Lowry is in chat, said, good morning. Alex Nybo, Daniel J, Crypto Mini Bike in chat. Crypto Mini Bike. I don't think I saw you yesterday, but you got a shout out yesterday. I was talking about your really cool house that you're building out on the prairie. Philly Skills 1428 said, yo, my guy. Grand Roofing Incorporated in chat. Mario De Leon, good to see you in chat here. By the way, Mario, I literally just posted Monday's office hours recording and a new channel over in Club DeFi's Principles of Technical Analysis, over in Club DeFi's Discord. So for you and everybody else who's in Club DeFi, you can now go see that video right over here. You see? It's in office hours. You can go and watch the recording because we decided we'd start recording those. Tim France said, hi, Jebb. Will you talk about Ripple versus SEC today? Probably not today, but I do want to catch you guys up on that. Jojo said, good morning, all. How's the baby and wife doing? They're doing great. Baby's outside screaming right now, so she's probably hungry. That's kind of what babies do. They're doing well. Baby's getting a lot of sleep. I'm getting a lot of sleep. My wife, not so much. Now, every time the baby wakes up, I'm up too. Obviously, she has to feed the baby, so it makes it a little bit harder for her, so she gets a little less sleep than I do. And also has a lot more, our bodies, feeding the baby, that's definitely going to wear you out. So she's kind of tired, but She's doing well. Crypto Mini Bike said, I did see it. YouTube would not let me post yesterday for some reason. That is strange. That is strange. The Drake equation, giving me an answer to yesterday's question, said, good morning. No alien civilization found yet, except for the ones we are creating. AI. Any AI coins you're looking at? No AI coins I'm looking at, but you are right. Those are little aliens that we're creating with those algorithms. All right, let's go ahead and jump straight on into our technical analysis. As you guys know, we're going to go ahead and hit reject all on the cookies. I don't know why you would ever accept cookies on a website. Bitcoin is trading at $26,650. It's down 1.41% over the last 24 hours, down 5.63% over the last 7 days. Let me just kind of break this down for you from kind of a spiritual standpoint. One of the things I'm studying a lot in my quiet time is the concept of the different challenges that we go through. You know, you go to James chapter 1, verse 2 through 4, and it talks about how whenever you're approached with diverse temptations, basically these massive attacks, these trials, these tribulations, whatever it is, then they work your patience so that you can be perfected into the person that Christ is trying to call you to be into. So whenever we go through trials in life, we ought to see that, and the Christian way of seeing that, according to James in the first chapter of his book, of his epistle, is that we should see those trials and tribulations as a way for us to grow in our patience, that our patience may be perfected, and that is one of the major fruits of that's one of the 9 fruits of the Spirit is patience, love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control. Against these things there is no law. So when we're growing in patience, we are always growing in patience because something is testing our patience. In the same way with Bitcoin, whenever Bitcoin is going down, that is to quote James chapter 1, verse 2 in the King James Version, that's a diver's temptation. That is a trial. That is a tribulation. That is something that we're having to go through that we do not necessarily enjoy. We don't necessarily enjoy Bitcoin going to the downside, but there is something to be learned in it. As a Christian, if you are tested and you are put your morality, your integrity, your patience, your love, your peace, whatever it is put to the test, you should see that as a benefit. The same way that if you go to the gym and you're bench pressing and you've got 165 pounds above you, you are having your strength put to the test and you're growing your strength. In Christianity, you're growing your integrity. And in cryptocurrency, whenever Bitcoin is going down, you are growing your fortitude and you're growing your patience. Now, of course, guys, you don't have to be a Christian to watch this channel. I am, but I am very, very blessed and honored that you would join us here today. Even if you are not from the same faith that I am, that's totally fine. No judgment here or condemnation whatsoever. And I hope not to see any in chat because that's not the Christian way. All I'm telling you is that there's an analogy here for the believers in chat to working out, to having temptation come upon you as a Christian, and also to Bitcoin moving to the downside. Because when all of those things happen, they are difficult. They lead to pain. I don't know if you've ever gone to the gym. I love going to the gym. Don't get a lot of time to do it right now. We have a newborn, but we're hoping to be able to get back in the gym here in a couple of weeks. I love going to the gym, shredding some muscle, going through some pain, because that's where you're going to grow your muscles. Same thing if you have temptations coming onto you, that's where you're going to grow in your patience and your fruit and those fruits of the Spirit that the Lord wants you to have. And in cryptocurrency, whenever Bitcoin's going down, that is where your patience is tested by fire. And if we're honest, there have been plenty of times that we have failed those tests. There have been plenty of times that we have completely failed the test, and Bitcoin moving to the downside has discouraged us. Or it's led to us having FUD, fear, uncertainty, and doubt. And so that's where I just want to encourage you to look at a drop on Bitcoin, not only as a good thing because it leads to a better entry price, but also as a good thing because it leads to the spiritual element of your journey here in cryptocurrency being brought to the surface. Whether you're a Christian or not, there is a spiritual element to investing. Are you willing to be patient? Are you going to be overcome by despair and discouragement? Are you going to be hopeful? Are you going to be thankful? Are you going to look to the future with gladness and say, look, the next 4 years could be better than the last? And even if they're not, then I'm going to be okay because I have my foundation built in something else. What is the spiritual element to your walk in cryptocurrency? Most people are too scared to talk about it. I will talk about it till the cows come home because I believe it is one of the most important parts of your journey in cryptocurrency. If you struggle with impatience, if you struggle with frustration, anger, FUD, FOMO, whatever it is, then you've got to get that under control if you ever want to be successful in cryptocurrency. And drops like this are where those problems, those issues that you're running into are brought to the surface so that they can be resolved. When something like this occurs, a drop like this occurs, that is like a doctor saying, you have a flu, you have a common cold, you have whatever this is. That's a doctor telling you, you are sick. Now let's do something about it. Whenever there's a drop in the market and it reveals impatience, frustration, irritability, whatever it is in you, then that's like Bitcoin being a doctor to you saying, hey, you've got this thing that you need to do something with, because if you don't fix that, if you don't get that under control, you're not going to be successful in crypto, because you cannot let your emotions rule you. You have to be emotionally sovereign to ever be financially sovereign, because finances and how you manage them is just a manifestation of the way your heart is standing spiritually. So all of that to say, when Bitcoin drops like this, it can be seen as a bad thing. I don't see it as a bad thing. I see it as a good thing. I see it as an opportunity to grow in my endurance, that I may be perfected so that we can win the race. And also, I see it as an opportunity to buy in more. There's just as much an opportunity, oftentimes even more of an opportunity, in a market drop than there is in a market high. There's a famous quote and saying in Christianity that says, you can't see how high the mountains are unless you've walked through the valleys. Yeah, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for thou art with me. Thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me. That's what we're talking about here. So let's continue on here looking at Bitcoin and crypto. Ethereum is down 1.14% today. Down 4.66% over the last 7 days. Binance down 0.5%. XRP up 5.54%. Don't have time to get into that due to the shortened of the stream, but that has to do with the XRP SEC case. Dogecoin up a little bit, Solana down a little bit, Polygon up a little bit, Litecoin up a little bit. Litecoin's in the news recently having to do with its halving. Again, we're trying to be very concise and on the point today, so I'm not going to go into those news stories, but those are things on your radar that you should go look up. The XRP case and also the Litecoin halving. All right, let's go ahead and jump on over to CoinMarketCap, because Bitcoin has been dropping over the last 24 hours. And this is what we expected. On Monday's episode of Coffee and Crypto, I told you guys that we were in this bearish descending triangle pattern, and that we were likely going to break bearish out of it. Now, this is where you really have to understand your technical analysis, because technical analysis would say that Bitcoin would have a price target something like this, because this was a form of a bull pennant. However, you also have to look at the total market structure and realize this was a descending triangle pattern, and those break to the downside 70% of the time. If you're in an uptrend and then you enter a descending triangle pattern, you're stuck a little bit unless you do more analysis to break the tie, because the uptrend moving into a sideways triangle pattern indicates continuation. However, a descending triangle pattern following an uptrend indicates reversal. So this is a little bit like in, what was it, Proverbs 18 somewhere. Answer not a fool according to his folly, lest thou be also like unto him, or answer a fool according to his folly, lest he thinks he's wise. It's like, it almost looks like it contradicts, but it doesn't contradict. You've got to apply it in the situation. Sometimes it's one thing, sometimes the other. Life is complicated, and that's what technical analysis is. You are in this situation where you've got to choose. Are we going to follow the technicals and say we're going to go to the upside, or are we going to follow the technicals and say we're going to go to the downside? Because they're saying both. This is a real life situation. Life is very rarely, apparently to us, black and white. Really, in principle, a lot of things are black and white. We just don't know whether they are. This case, we don't know whether it's black and white because we don't know which way the market was going to go for certain. If you look right here, this is a gray area. Is Bitcoin going to go up or down? You move forward, okay, well, it's black because the market went down, right? It's obvious in hindsight. In the moment, you don't know, so you have to zoom out and look at the rest of the context. The rest of the context here, as I told you on Monday, was bearish. Bitcoin was in this overall market correction, has been ever since April 14th, been moving to the downside for 33 days, down 4,500%. I'm sorry, 4,500%. $4,500. Its next major level of support that is floating above is $25,236. Bitcoin very rarely goes close to the sun without actually touching it. It's got a little bit of that Icarus syndrome, if you will know what I'm saying. Bitcoin gets very close to support and resistance, and then it gets sucked into it. Now, make no mistake, a lot of times Bitcoin will just hover right, just barely above the support if it's strong support, but it'll oftentimes get sucked to within 0.5% of it, even if it doesn't quite touch it. Bitcoin hasn't done that yet. It dropped on a candle wick down to 25,750, but it hasn't gone down there on candle bodies. And I think that is going to end up occurring. Now, I have all of these different comparative charts up because I was shooting that for yesterday's video, so make sure you go and watch that. But if you look at Lux Algo, and a lot of you guys have been joining Lux Algo lately, I was looking at the back end, and there's been like 10 of you guys that have joined in the last 2 days. So welcome to Lux Algo if you guys have joined. With Lux Algo, you can see that the take profit right here started at $25,800 and goes all the way down to $23,000 and change. I think Bitcoin's going to send a candle body into that zone. I think what you're going to see is over the next 7 days, Bitcoin's going to drop down here, and we're going to see candle bodies closing down, let's say, probably to at least $26,000. I don't have quite as much confidence that we're going to start closing candle bodies down right below $25,000, $26,000. It is possible instead that we're going to close candle bodies down to as low as 26K, and then we'll send wicks down here approaching 25,236. But I do think you're going to see a little bit more bearishness over a few more days, over a few more $100. And then from there, we'll be looking at a reversal moving into next week. So the question on my mind here, because we've only got a few more minutes left, because I know I have to wrap out early. The question on my mind is, how do we trade and invest in this? When we're looking at investing and trading in Bitcoin, there's a very simple principle, at least for trading, that we need to keep in mind. And that is, you want to generally trade as soon as a trend changes and is confirmed. That's why Lux Algo is so amazing. With Lux Algo, it tells you a trend change has occurred, and then with Trend Catcher, it gives you the trend confirmation. You know, we've shown you this before many times. The market can have four types of trend changes that are tradable: up to down, down to up, up to sideways, and down to sideways. I'm sorry, sideways to up, and then sideways to down. These are the four types of trend changes that are tradable. When you go through one of these transitions, this is where you start looking for a confirmation, therefore you enter a trade. If you're going up, then the trend changes. You wait for a confirmation to see if that trend change is actually accurate. That's where you put a trade. If you are going down, if you're bearish, and then you start moving to the upside, you find a confirmation that you're actually going to the upside, then you enter the trade and figure out your price target. If you're going sideways, you start going up, you see the trend change, you wait for the confirmation, and then you enter a trade. If you're moving sideways and you start going down, you wait for the confirmation, and then you enter a trade. Again, with all four of these, you're looking for some kind of take profit in the technicals so that you can set up your entry and your exit, and then at some point, you just set up a very tight stop loss is the way that I would typically advise doing trading. Not advise, but I guess advise doing trading is to set a very tight stop loss so you're being as conservative and wise as possible. Right now, the tricky situation for anyone trying to enter a trade is that our trend confirmation on the daily chart was here. We saw the trend change happen with the Lux Algo sell signal. We saw the trend confirmation occur right here when Trend Catcher turned red. And as you can see, it worked. Bitcoin's dropped 10% from there. Lux Algo gave you a very good and tradable signal. Did a great job. The tricky situation is that we're already most of the way through that. So on the daily chart, I think you'd be a fool to enter a short trade right now. If you're on the hourly chart, I think there's an opportunity to enter a trade, but it's a difficult trade. Reason being, we've got this tiny little uptrending level of support right here, and basically breaking below that's all you got. You're going to be entering a short trade trying to catch like $100 or $200 movement before you're going to have to get stopped out. So I think right now it's not a trade. It's a time. I don't think it's a time to trade. I think it's a time to wait for us to have that trend change right down here around 25.2 to 26. And then when we start moving to the upside, we look for the confirmation, and then we trade the market movement back up to the 30s that I'm hoping will come in June. It may not. It's as you get further into the future, it has to go from prediction to hope because there's less analysis on what's going to happen in the further away future. But my hope is, and my prediction is, that we're going to hold above 25. We're going to have some kind of bounce, even if it only goes up to like 28. But that will be a primary trend, maybe a secondary trend and a primary downtrend, whatever. It's going to be a large trend that you could actually try and trade here on the swing trade. Now, that's the trading situation. I think you would be a little bit remiss to be entering a short trade right now on the daily chart. I think you already missed that boat. You need to wait for the boat to turn around. It's a little bit like, let's see if I can come up with an analogy on this. It's a little bit like jumping on a boat when you're already like 10 miles from where you're trying to go. You might as well just wait for the boat to turn around and go the other way, right? Terrible analogy, but I think you get my point. You want to wait for the boat to decide where it's going before you get on the boat, right? So we're going to look for a correction. Move to the upside, see a confirmation. That's where you enter your trade. We'll talk about that. Of course, Coffee and Crypto goes live 5 days a week here. So if you see something going on the chart, check the stream. That's probably what we're talking about. As for you investors, and the majority of you are primarily investors. I'm primarily an investor at this point. I do trade sometimes, but I primarily am an investor in the cryptocurrency space at this point because of just everything pulling on my time. For the investors in the room, we are entering great opportunities to be buying because I do think that we're going to hold above 25,236. This is a great time, in my opinion, to be dollar cost averaging. If you're an investor, there's a few different ways you can accumulate cryptocurrency. Number one, you can dollar cost average. That means you buy on the same day on a schedule. So you buy every Friday. You buy $100 of Bitcoin every Friday. You buy $500 of Bitcoin, $200 of Ethereum, $300 of Cardano, $500 of Polygon every second Friday. Whatever your schedule is, that's dollar cost averaging. Second way, you can buy a lump sum. If Bitcoin flash crashes down to 21.5, that's where you would buy a lump sum. You dollar cost average, and then you keep a lump sum on the side so that when you do see a flash crash, like we saw after FTX, then you can buy that. One of our employees, Malachi, when FTX collapsed and Bitcoin dropped down to 15.5, I told you guys, look, now's the time. lump sum. I didn't even know it until like 2 days ago or 3 days. It was, when was it? It was Friday. No, it was Thursday. Last Thursday. Yeah, because I was recording Saturday's video. Last Thursday, he came into office and said, Jebb, I have something I want to show you. Took me out in the parking lot and said, you see that car? It's a brand new Honda Civic, had less than 100 miles on it. He said, I just bought that in cash, in full, like no payment or in cash, because I took the trade that you talked about and I put a bunch of money on Bitcoin at 15.5, 16.5 or so, bought with a lump sum, took the profits, bought myself a brand new car. Because before he'd been driving a Yukon, like an older car. Now he got a brand new car. And I'm not taking the credit for that, guys. That's technical analysis. I'm very excited just to share with you what I've learned from technical analysis. But that's the power of technical analysis for an investor. Because the principles of technical analysis, he was able to go, he's our own employee. He's a very good friend of mine. Was able to go buy a brand. I cried, man. I was like, dude, this guy, he does not have to worry about car. I'm so excited for him. I'm so excited for him. And so that's where, as an investor, there's two different things you can do. And that's what he's doing. You can dollar cost average, just continuously, nonstop. And then you have an extra cash hoard or whatever. Not a hoard, but a pile on the side with $1,000, $2,000, $3,000, $500, whatever it is. And if Bitcoin just, boom, flash crashes and you're like, wow, that's really a good deal. I'm going to buy a lot. That's what happened after FTX. That's what happened after the pandemic. That's what happened. This doesn't come around very often, but it does happen sometimes. Let's look at some of the other times that maybe a lump sum purchase would have been in order. Maybe like right here when we dropped very aggressively here. Maybe definitely back over here. You can't see it because it's behind my face. Right here, these were times to buy lump sum investments, and you can see they paid off very, very well. Remember, I was giving you a big, big, big signal right here. Buy, 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 buy. He did. He made a lot of money. I'm so excited for him. And guys, that's what technical analysis can do for you. And so if Bitcoin does drop down to 24 or 21, that's where you would start looking for a lump sum. A lump sum investment opportunity, a smaller one, but definitely an important one, was right here. Bitcoin was slamming down to the floor like a rock. Yes, lump sum. That's where you go. So if you're a trader, wait for the trend change and then a confirmation. Lux Algo is going to be your best bet for that. A lot of other technical indicators that are going to help. But if Lux Algo on the daily chart shows us that we drop all the way down to 25.3 or something, and then trend catcher drops down to 27. Get above the trend catcher so you confirm buy signal. Above 27 will probably be your entry on a long. Ride it up to 29. Use 2-3x leverage. If you are a very experienced trader, I'm talking you've been here for years and you've got thousands of trades under your belt, make some money. Boom. If you're an investor, very similar deal. Dollar cost average, don't stop until your portfolio is the adequate percentage of your net worth of whatever it is. If you're going for 5% of your net worth in crypto, then keep going until you get there. If you're going for, and you have the money to do it, if your target is 2% or 10% net worth, whatever it is for crypto, keep dollar cost averaging until you get there. Eventually you will, because you're transitioning your cash into your crypto. Eventually you're going to get to the point where you have more crypto than you actually want, and you'll stop dollar cost averaging. That's the place where I'm in now. I've been accumulating crypto for so long. I got such a huge portion of my crypto, of my net worth in crypto. I'm like, I actually want to diversify a little bit. I want to get a little bit of stocks. I want to get a little bit of real estate. We're looking to get into real estate next year after the rates come down. So that's where I am, but I've been doing this for 5 years. You might not be there, and that's fine. Dollar cost average till you get to the percentage of your net worth that you want crypto to make up. You don't want 100% of your net worth in crypto. That is overexposed. That's overly risky. And then make sure you have lump sums on the side. All right. So as I said, we're going to talk today about where Bitcoin is, where Bitcoin's going, and also how to trade and invest it to make some profit. Hopefully that was helpful for you guys. Let's go ahead and read some chat. We got 5 minutes, and then we're going to wrap it out. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Make sure if you're enjoying today's stream, you hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, hit that post notification bell so you won't miss a single upload or stream. And like I said, make sure to tune in with me over here. I don't know if I'll be able to catch this premiere with you because obviously we'll be in a doctor's appointment, but make sure to go catch this premiere over here. 5 reasons Bitcoin will moonshot on this date. Hint, hint, this date is pretty far in the future. So that's why you might think, but Jebb, you said Bitcoin's going to drop in a live stream. Now it's going to moonshot later. This date is quite a bit in the future, but you guys have been asking me, Jebb, when's Bitcoin going to go to the moon? I obliged with an answer, and it's in this video. And also, if you watch this video, you can make some money. But like, literally, I'm not clickbaiting you. I'm dead serious. If you watch this video, you can make some money. I'm not going to tell you how. You got to watch the video. But watch the video. You can make some money within the next few days. Just saying. Just saying. Check it out. All right. Dylan Martinez, I'm going to make an example out of you, my friend. You did it to yourself. You told me what was going on. Not condemning you, not judging you, but I'm going to make an example out of you. Dang, my net worth is in crypto, and I'm trying so hard to keep cash. I would say I have 30% cash and 70% crypto. My friend, I love you. And I think we're on this. As was it, Dave Ramsey says, I think we're on the same team here. I think Dylan, I just got to make sure. Are we on the same team? Okay. I just had to check if we're on the same team. It sounds like we're on the same team. All right. Sounds like you see that as a problem too. I've got a southern accent too. You guys don't know. I came from the South. I just cover it up on stream. Okay, I'm good. I was waiting to see if you thought it was funny or if you were going to be offended, so I would stop. You've got too much of your net worth in crypto. I think you know that though. If you're dollar cost averaging, you should probably stop. You've got plenty in crypto. I would also encourage you to make sure that you are in what you want to be in. Are you all of that net worth in Dogecoin? Is all that net worth, because that'll go away pretty quick. Your net worth will rebalance itself just because your crypto will fall off a cliff. Is it all in Pepe? Or is it in solid picks like Bitcoin, Ethereum, Cardano, Polygon, Chainlink, Matic, all these different cryptocurrencies that are in the top 10, that are big cap altcoins, maybe with some moonbacks? I would encourage you to probably not put any more money into crypto. Your goal should not be investing more into crypto. It should be working with the money you have in crypto. That's the place where we are. We've got, just kind of transparency, we've got well over 40% of our net worth in cryptocurrency. And I'm like, I love that. I love crypto, but I want some of that in stocks. I want some of that in real estate. So that's where we're working to rebalance that. And we've got probably half of the net worth that you do, as far as not necessarily dollar amount. Maybe it is half. I don't know. I don't know what your net worth is, and I don't need to know. I have mostly BTC, ETH, Matic, and ADA. Good picks. All right, cool. So rebalancing might not be the problem. For you, what you might be running into is if you need more cash, you might diversify by selling some tops. If we go back to 31, you might say, okay, I'm going to sell 10% of my position. I'm going to stick it in a REIT. I'm going to maybe not a REIT. I would recommend probably just getting into real estate yourself. I will stick it into a real estate investment. I'll stick it into buying art. There's ways you can invest in the art market, buying the stock market. Paying off your house. Paying off your house is a great way to increase your net worth. If you have a mortgage, like for example, the only debt that we carry is our mortgage. I'm 22. We made a lot of money in our career, but I don't have a lot of time to build credit. I've only got 4 years of credit history, so we have a mortgage. Whenever we have extra money and we're not trying to invest it somewhere else, we just throw it into the mortgage and pay off the house, and that increases our net worth because we're increasing equity. So that's where you might say if Bitcoin or crypto or Bitcoin, ETH, ADA, or Bitcoin, ETH, ADA, or Matic, the four that you said you're mostly invested in, they go to a certain place, certain price target, and it can be a pretty conservative one. For me, because I'm trying to get out of some of our Bitcoin, because I have so much Bitcoin. I don't mean to say that to brag. I'm just saying percentage of the pie wise, we have so much Bitcoin. I want to actually pull some of it out and put it into like the stock market and diversify a little bit. Not to say that I don't like Bitcoin. I love Bitcoin. I trust Bitcoin, but Bitcoin is very volatile. I want to diversify that a little bit. You know, I have a wife and 2 kids. I need a little bit more stability than I needed when I was single, right? So that might be in a position you're in. You can set a target and say, if Bitcoin goes here, if ETH, Matic, or ADA goes here, I'm going to sell 25% of my position. Take some profits. Invest it. I'm not saying take the profits and buy a new Corvette, but I am saying make sure that you are diversified out of just crypto. I think that's a mistake that a lot of people. Crypto Mini Bike said I'm 60% land, 40% crypto. Cool. I like to see it in two things. A stool has to have 3 legs to stand on. And while I can't sit here and say we have the other 2 legs like real estate and stocks, I would like to get into stocks and real estate and share with you guys some of that so that we can have those kind of different legs to stand on. All right, I got about 30 seconds, and I'm gonna have to wrap it out. Let's see. Really appreciate all of you guys for tuning in. Let's see what Dylan said. I have money in the bank and bills paid. The 30% is disposable cash. Great. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. It's not necessarily a bad thing to be 70% in crypto. You just want to be very careful because that's a very exposed position. About 10K to deploy into stocks, waiting for third quarter lows. There you go. All right, guys, I am going to have to wrap it out. I do apologize for wrapping it out early. Really, really, really appreciate you guys for tuning in. I hope that you did enjoy today's content. Make sure to tune in with me over at the premiere. Make sure that you guys don't miss out on LuxAlgo's Jebb30 coupon code. You get 30% off on every single month subscription. You can save yourself $472 in the first year by signing up for the yearly plan and using Jebb30. That is $40 a month worth of savings by using our coupon code and signing up for the yearly annual subscription. Check the link down below and make sure to sign up for Club DeFi's Principles of Technical Analysis so that you guys can get access to office hours that have just been posted over in our private Discords. That's the recording's been posted over there. I do have to go, but before I do just first want to thank each and every single last one of you for watching, as always, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.
Oh, I got a real good feeling.